Good morning. This is Harmony with Harmony Stitches, and I just wanted to welcome you back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're joining me, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that you find something to inspire your crafting world. This is Sunday, July 25th. It's 7:30 in the morning, and I am filming early because it's going to be a hot one up in this room later on today. I do have the overhead light on because it's so early. There's not a lot of sunshine, natural light coming in. So hopefully that doesn't play into what we're going to see here a little bit. So it's been 2 weeks since my last video. When I was preparing today, I don't have very many whips to show you because I was working on a whip and pandemic. But I'm just looking around at all this stuff. But I have a lot of other things to show you as well. So why don't we go ahead and get started? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with whips from last week. On the wheel spin, I came up with, no, I didn't do the wheel spin. I just decided to continue working on Pumpkin Carriage by Owl Embroidery, and I'll go ahead and post a picture here so you can remember what it looks like. And then this is my progress so far. So as you can see, I finished the leaf and I put in a little bit of the vine, I put in the wheel, and started the pumpkin carriage. So I'm not quite 1/3 done with the pumpkin, but it's getting there. And then there's a border that goes all the way around. And it goes across the bottom, and then up the side and around is a little bit different than the bottom is, but it does go all the way around, as you can see in the photo. So I am stitching this on 28 count Monaco that I coffee and tea dyed myself. The pattern has DMC conversion on it, and so that is what I'm using. And this is the color palette, just 4 colors. It's $900, $37.99. $741 and $732. So I like this color palette and it's working out beautifully. So I did get a little bit of that done this week, and I'm going to set this aside because I did a wheel spin for a whip this week, and we'll see that in a couple of minutes. The other project, the other cross stitch project that I worked on is Pandemic, and I'm going to show you a picture of where I started at the month of July. I'll put that right here, and that way you can see the difference of how much I've got done this month already, and it's not over yet. I still have a whole another week to go. So I am behind. This last work week was exhausting for whatever reason, and I fell asleep a few days when I got home, and I didn't even stitch. So I am behind, but I still feel like I am somewhere. I'm going to get this done probably in October, and then maybe the back stitching in November. So here is what I have done for July. Oops. So I had to move my clip there, all this extra fabric. So I tried to get as much in this corner as I could because I told you that I wanted to fill up the white space that was left. And I got up here, and then yesterday, I was working on this band here. And there's a bit more, but this is getting to the area where my arm is stretching too far and I can't reach. So I think I am finished with this section for now. I do have a thread here. I don't know what that's about. Oh, can't get it. Oh, that's just extra that I was going to stitch on later. So I think I'm going to move the frame later today when I get started working on this, and to move over to the right and continue working where I left off there. And I do feel that by looking at the cover photo, I think I really am starting to get to the point where a lot of the bulk of the stitching is done because there's a lot more open space in the top portion than there was in the bottom portion. So I think I might be able to plow through a couple of pages in August, which will help catch me up a little bit. I was averaging about 2 pages per month, but with these 10-hour shifts at work, I don't think that I quite got that far. But I do know that I for sure am over 50% of the way done, and I really do think that I can finish this in 2021. Because remember, I have plans for 2022. I want to stitch the Lady of the Flag for my daughter starting on January 1st. And it would be really great if I could get that done for graduation. So, because she is a senior this coming year, and I would like to finish that. All right, so this week's wheel spin, I had a little bit of technical difficulty. First, the wheel landed on Starry Night by the Prairie Schooler, and I haven't yet been able to get the Krynic for that, so that one I had to redo because I can't work on that right now. I landed on, I'm going to be honest, the Little Halloween Quaker, which is a whip from Stitch Mania in 2020. And I wasn't feeling it, so I spun again. Why? Because I can. And I landed on, and like I said, I had technical difficulties. I have a picture of the wheel spin here, but not the actual video. I landed on Liberty Chockful by Hands on Design. And I already have this one finished. You can see the finish of that in the previous video. I have it on display right now downstairs. I am working on the big design. And I had barely got started on this the last time I worked on it. But I already put 3 threads into it this morning. So I'm also going to put a picture here of where I left off last time, just so that way you can see the smidge of progress that I got this morning while my husband was still sleeping. I woke up early and he was out, so I just let him sleep. So here we are. So I got a little bit more of the white on the bottom. I got the word Mason in, and this diagonal is the tail on the word Liberty. So that will go up more, but then I decided to, this fabric, I decided to start working more on the green leaves that go around the bottom. That way, I can start putting in the color of the jar, and I can do I can do a whole thread or maybe 2 threads and not really have to worry about where I'm going or counting, because it will just go right inside of the space. And then when I need to, I have some extra headspace, I can count all of the rest of it, because this one has a lot of counting. Because of, here, let me show it again. Because of all these flowers around the jar, there's a lot of counting. So I figured down in this corner, there's going to be a big block of blue. And if I get the leaves and the outline in, then I can get some block stitching done. So I am stitching this on 28 count black Monaco. And on the pattern, there's a DMC conversion. So that's what I'm using. It's actually kind of funny because all of them end in 7s except for 3865, which is, fun fact, Kathy Haberman's favorite white by DMC. She is the designer behind Hands on Design. 597, 927, 937, and 347. So as a whole, this is what it looks like. So that's going to be pretty when it gets done. And since I already have the small piece done, it'll be a set. So I will continue working on that. I will take it to work with me and work on it during my lunch breaks and when I do need a break from pandemic. I also have my pair of socks. I don't know if I had these started for the last, no, I did not. Last video, I said I was going to try to do the tantamount pattern that I was ditching. I was going to try to do it on here, but the stitch count is different, and I'm not doing math to try to figure out the difference in the pattern. So again, this is just a plain vanilla sock. It's Marley Bird, Chic Sheet by Marley Bird, partnered with Red Heart. And this is the Mimosa colorway. It has the Eye of Partridge heel flap, and it's just plain stockinette, so it goes fairly quickly. I think I started this last Sunday. Nope, not last Sunday. I started it after my video last time. I went to church with my husband. He was serving on a ministry, and I worked on this while he was serving. And I think I got through the ribbing at church, and then I started on the leg afterwards. So this is how far I got. Yesterday I did it. I picked up the stitches for the gusset, and then I did a couple, like a row and a half. So I didn't work on it too much yesterday, but I got a little bit farther. All right, so now we're down to everything else that I have to show you. Okay, so I got a couple of gift certificates, so I was able to get some things. This is a monster piece. See, I can't even like show you the whole thing because it's like it's folded over like 4 times. This is a monster piece of ivory, 28 count Monaco. And I was able to get that, and that finally, I actually ordered that several weeks ago, and it finally came in. As always, she always gives me a scrap of something to test out or to see how I like it. And this is a super long band of 28 count rose Monaco. And I do like Monaco, but I don't know, and the color's not showing up very well. It is actually more saturated in color than that, but like I said, the overhead light. I feel that this is old-fashioned, the color of this, so I don't know what I would do with it, but I'm not going to throw it away because this is the perfect size for smalls or ornaments. So if I find something that I would like to stitch on here, then I will have it in my stash. So because it's pretty long, so I could do, if there's a series or something that I would like to do on that, you know, and there's always Rit dye or tulip dye, so I could always dye it to get it to a fabric color that I like. But so that came as an extra gift with the fabric. Someone posted in the Stitching with the Housewives Facebook group about these little berry picks at the Dollar Tree. So I stopped by there yesterday and I got 3 packs. And I really thought that these would go well with the Prairie Schooler designs that I already have finished because they're black and orange and the Prairie Schoolers are black and orange. So I got 3 packs and I only got 3 packs. Not that I wasn't trying to be greedy or anything, but it just coincidentally, that's all the dollar bills that I had in my purse. So I got that. Okay, so what's next? I'll tell you about this yarn. I got this yarn yesterday and it's Opal. And it is a little bit on the older side, like the line is older. It's been around for a while. And I do believe that on the Crazy Sock Lady channel, they were talking about this. And everyone was saying that they couldn't find it. Where do you get it from? And when I was at the local yarn shop yesterday, they just happened to have 2 balls of this sitting on the table that everyone sits around and knits at. So I grabbed this one up. I don't really know if I can tell you any details, but I know it is DK weight. It's 150 grams, 420 meters, but most of this is in a different language. I think it's in German. It's 75% wool, 25% polyamide. So I don't know if I said that right. I hope I did. So I do know that it's going to be great for socks, but I don't know if it has a colorway or if it's just a number. I mean, it's in all different languages here. The one part of this part of the ball band, I told my daughter, I said, tell me what that says. She goes, I think it's German. I said, that's not helping me any. Like, what does this say? I don't really need to know what it says. So these are going to be DK weight socks. I'm sure that, you know, with my foot size, my shoe size, I can probably get 2 or 3 pairs of socks out of here because it is 150 grams, 400 meters, right? 400 meters, 420 meters. So I don't know exactly what that equals in yardage, but I do know that because my foot is smaller, I get tons of use out of skeins of yarn. So, all right. And then I went to the stitching store and I went to Joann's and then I found something on Stash Unload. So at the stitching store, I found Beezy Spring by Cottage Garden Samplings. This was on my wish list and I found it in the bin with the new things. So I picked this up. I started kitting with my stash and I have, there's I think 15 floss colors in here and it looks like I have 6. So not a real good start, but I mean, it's pretty decent considering that 6 colors are coming out of my stash and I don't have to pay for them. So there is that. I will probably stitch this on like the antique white Monaco that I have. We'll see if that works with the bee wings. We'll see. I might have to test it out. So there's that. Also from the local stitch store, I walked in there and I was browsing around and I thought that I had seen everything in the Halloween section and picked over the Prairie Schooler patterns, but I believe I was wrong because I found 3 original cardstocks. I found Cats, Bats, and Witches for my collection. Oops, I took off the wrong one. Cats, Bats, and Witches, Nevermore, and Hocus Pocus. So 3 more for my collection. They have a couple more. Don't go buy them up. I gotta wait for more spending money. Those ones, I left those ones there because they were reprint copies, and so I know that Colette at Stitch in Time will be able to reorder them for me if you guys beat me to it. So, all right, at Joann's, I did get a couple floss colors. I will show you those coming up. And I was able to snag Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher because it has the second installment of the series from Stitching with the Housewives in here. But I also saw this one. So that one is going to be stitched up for the kitchen as well sometime. I did look through the floss list for both of them and I really don't have very much in my stash. I didn't go through it, so I'm not exactly sure. So those will have to wait. Plus I have so many others on the docket right now that it can hold off and everything will be just fine. So the next thing, the last thing really that I have to show you today is a great find. It's the Prairie Schooler from a stash unloading group on Facebook, and it's book number 13 in original cardstock because I don't know if they're reprinting it, and it's a Prairie year. Now, yes, these are old. They're from 1986. Some of them are a little old-fashioned to me, like the bouquet of flowers. Let's see, January, February, March, April. That's for May. That's a little old-fashioned. I probably will not stitch that one, but I don't know if you will be able to guess which one called to me on this, but it's the Patriotic Heart for July. My family loves patriotic stuff. But also for August, the watermelon, the turkey, and the pumpkin are so fantastic. I don't do Easter bunnies for Easter, but still for spring, I do relate bunnies to spring because that's when they have their babies and they're so cute and they're out in the yard. I always grew up with a bunch of families of bunnies in my grandfather's backyard, so that was really cool. So I may stitch that one. I may not stitch all of these, but I will stitch at least half of them. So I was able to pull, let's see, 7 colors from my stash. These ones are ones that I had. And then all of these ones came from, these are on bobbins. I haven't stitched off of bobbins. I don't do that. But I'm going to take them off and put them on drops. So I got 7 colors for this out of my stash. And then I only needed to buy 5 more. I had a gift card in my wallet that had $3.27 left on it. And I kept like thinking over, and it's been months since I've had it, and I'm like, what can I buy that uses just over $3 where I'm not having to inconvenience the cashier of, okay, I need to do a split payment. So then when I was kitting this up and I noticed that there was only 5 colors that I needed, I did the math and I could get these at Joann's and use up that gift card. There was 9 cents left on it and I was okay with that. So I just needed to pick up the blues, the greens, the pink, and the orange, and we're all set and ready to go. So again, there's a lot on the docket, and I don't know when I'll get to this, but it's all kitted up. I actually pulled the fabric. This is the antique white 28 count Monaco. This is a huge cut, and I actually have another couple of pieces. So this, and these are small. These ornaments are small. So see, I have plenty here to do everything. I thought guys, I need to be honest. I thought I was out of this and I was going to be a little sad trying to get this full. It's like a map trying to get it folded back up properly. I thought I was sad, and that's why I ordered more, and I knew that the ivory wasn't exactly what I was looking for at this time, but then I was digging around in my fabric bin the other day and found like 3 or 4 cuts of this. So I'm super happy now. I bought a whole bunch the last time and I didn't realize I still had it in there. I thought I coffee tea-dyed it all. So This will be used for the Prairie Schooler, the Prairie Year, and I will probably use it for all of these Halloween charts as well, because I'm also using it for the witching hour. So then these ones will all match. And I have plenty enough for when I get those other ones too. I will cut them and kit them and save it aside. So if I do run out, at least I will have these ones kit up. So that is all that I have for you from the last 2 weeks. It seems like a lot. I'm not sure. I got decent progress on both of my whip projects for cross stitch. I have half of a sock done. I'm not moving as quickly on the socks as I was at the beginning of summer sock camp starting on June 1st, but work has been a little bit harder on me since we went to 10-hour shifts. I have 1 week left, so starting tomorrow I have 4 work days, and then we go back to 5 8-hour shifts, and I think that will help me, 1, not be as exhausted, and 2, get more progress on my projects. So I hope that you all have had a productive week as well, and I cannot wait to see you again. I will be here the second Sunday of August, because then I will be through my 10-hour shifts, and hopefully I will have more progress to show you. But then after that, my plan is we will be back to weekly videos, and I'll be able to come to you and visit on a weekly basis instead of having to do every other week. So until then, I hope that you get lots of crafting in, and share with me below what you're working on so I can celebrate you when you make your progress. Until next time, see you later. Bye.